T-Mobile, yeah, stagiaire there, 2007, end of the season. Probably was one of the biggest teams at the time, you know, and team you'd always looked up to when you were younger, and you know they've always been prominent, and super excited to stagiaire there, and yeah, it was great. Breakaway of the Giro in 2009, probably stage 4, and yeah, the team really wanted us in the breakaway, what it's all about for the smaller teams. So I remember trying really hard to get in it, and then it's pretty flat to start with, and then you know Jens Voigt was in the breaks. So I was like, awesome, maybe go somewhere with this, and just started going uphill and just straight out the back, and he just powered off, and I think it took them a fair while to catch him. So yeah, the first Grand Tour, so I was a bit nervous about getting in the breakaway as well. You know, everyone said take it a bit easier to start with because it really catches up with you at the end, and then teams really pushing for you to be in the breakaway. So a bit worried about it stage 4 and how it impact later in the race, but it was all good. Kern breakaway 2010, first year of the team. Fletcher had won Het Nieuwsblad the day before, so I had a disappointing ride myself, so I was pretty happy to be in the break and kind of make up for it, and felt really good. The weather was awful. Everyone's still asking if I warm up, servasse. But yeah, no, it was nice to be at the front and kind of show what I can do, and especially with some of the guys in the team like Heyman, Fletcher. It was a real honour to be there riding with them. So first Paris-Roubaix with Team Sky, and you know, Fletcher was really up for it, and just watching him getting dialed into it, you know, it's a lot that I think about now, even when I'm racing it myself, and really excited to be there and trying to look after him and help him as much as I can. And yeah, it was a hard day on the bike. Yeah, so Tour of Austria, first win, I think that was 2011 with the team. That was my first pro win as well, so meant quite a bit. I was in a breakaway, I think there was like 5-6 of us in it, and kind of got a bit close towards the end of being caught, but we all committed and rode real hard into the finish, and then beat them in the sprint. So yeah, it was awesome. So 2012 National Championships, I think it's a jersey every British rider wants to wear at some point in their career. So yeah, G and Brad had worn it in the team before me, so I was really keen to go out there and try and get it, and yeah, got it solo, which was pretty cool, and yeah, enjoyed wearing it for the year afterwards. It's a jersey I always wanted to wear, and yeah, just super proud to have won it and got it, and just riding it every year, and everyone comes up and like, oh, it's an awesome jersey, the British one, so it's great to wear it. So Milan San Remo in 2013, we'd done a big block in altitude to build up towards it and the classics in general, and then yeah, we flew straight into San Remo from there, so it's a bit of an unknown how we were going to be, but yeah, it went pretty well. But you know, we had the little stop in the middle where it started snowing, rode into the snow, it was bloody freezing, and then yeah, got on the buses, and just that coldness, you got so cold it really took it out of you, and then you're trying to get back on your bike like an hour and a half later, and didn't really want to start, to be honest. I was sat there probably one of the least motivated guys on that bus, but yeah, got out and started riding again. I actually felt quite good, and it was still wet, it was still cold, and it started breaking up, and I can't remember who attacked first, but I went with them, and yeah, ended up with a little group of 6 or 7 of us off the front, and it's kind of like, yeah, someone's going to come across, and then, you know, we got over the Poggio and started heading down the descent. It's still a small group of us. Just tried sticking it in at the end because I knew I wasn't going to go anywhere in a sprint. So yeah, first Tour de France with Team Sky, or ever. It's pretty exciting, you know. You'd worked really hard and, you know, done everything possible to get in that team, and it was really great to be there and be part of it. And you know, Froome had finished second the year before, so yeah, everyone was like really keen for him to perform and do what he can do. So it was great to be there, and you know, that first Tour de France win with him, and then finishing it off on the Champs-Élysées, it was really good. It was a lot more stressful, the tour, like all the media attention and just people around the bus. You know, the other Grand Tours you can go a bit unnoticed, but you rock up at the Tour as Team Sky, there's a lot of focus and pressure on you, and everything you do and say is being watched. So it is quite hard mentally more than anything. Yeah, so first Nieuwsblad victory. Yeah, I mean, kind of shown a few little rides before, like San Remo and Kerner, that I could kind of do it, but it was nice to, you know, get out there and really race for it myself and be the team leader and show that I can do it. And yeah, it was another horrible, crappy day. They seemed to suit me, but love riding in that weather and just the hardness of it. And I think just the more fatigue it kind of adds to your ride as well. It definitely suits me. Yeah, I can't really remember the sprint, to be honest. I think I let it out quite early, but I was always confident. You know, when you're racing and, you know, there's just the two of us going through and off, and you just get a sense that you're stronger, and not that it's in the bag, but if you play your cards right and do it right, it's going to come off. So the last 5K is just about getting that right, really. And, you know, I could sense I had the strength there to beat him. So, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, you go from winning Het Nieuwsblad and, you know, really good form, you know, the confidence was really high, and really looking forward to getting into the other classics and, you know, really performing and doing something. And then to end it all in that ditch was pretty hard, but, you know, it was quite a clear decision that I couldn't get back on the bike and ride as well. I think there's a bit of a language barrier in the Belgium hospital, and they thought it was like one of the transverse processes on the side of your spine. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be sore, but I can still do it. And then you get back to the UK and it was like, no, it's probably broken the vertebrae, you're not going anywhere, kind of thing. And, you know, it's quite a clear decision that I couldn't do it, so you kind of just accept it and move on to another focus. But yeah, it was kind of hard and sad to leave it in that ditch at that moment. You know, I had 3 months completely off my bike, and the doctors were really strict about enforcing that as well, just with the position you're in, obviously cycling, and yeah, your spine and that, you could do some serious damage. So yeah, it was a tough period. It was really hard getting back on the bike, actually. Just, you know, every little railway bridge and stuff seemed like a major climb in the Tour, and it took a long time to come back from it. Oh, it's got two sides to it for me, because there was one, like, a bit of the comeback from that injury, and, you know, started racing again towards the end of the season and after the injury, and, you know, really struggled in the racing, felt like I was always a bit of speed off. You know, just that race pace, didn't quite have it, and even in the Tour Down Under that year, and I was like, Jesus, like, this is going to be hard. And then it all started to kind of click, and then, you know, to win that after everything there, you know, I was super proud. And then, you know, to beat the likes of Tom Bonen, Nicky Terpstra and Stein, you know, all on the same team at that time as well, like, yeah, you can't write that stuff, really. Yeah, I thought, you know, they're just going to fire each other up the road and leave me for dead, but thankfully there were some guys pretty close chasing, and yeah, they just kept leaving me on the back, no problem, no problem. There's a few situations where I was like, they're going to make me ride now on the cobbles in some crosswinds, they're going to force me through, and they didn't, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is good, this is good. And then, yeah, then they started attacking me, and I was just like, well, here we go. I thought I'd just ride up to Tom at my own speed, and, you know, it's a few K closer to the finish then with less attacks and a bit more within myself, and got back to him, and I could feel like I was stronger then. You know, I knew they'd gone a bit deep. You know, if I got it right, I could get second maybe. I still wasn't going to win it. And then, yeah, got up to Tom, and then they chased each other down. I was like, right, okay then. So I did my own little attack. I didn't go full in because I didn't want to expose myself too much. But yeah, the gap opened up. Then Nicky managed to get across, and then I was like, still not in for the win here. Definitely second, but I'll take that, you know, second when you're with 3 quick-step guys. So, you know, I was riding pretty much full up to the finish because Tom was only 5 seconds off the back. And then Nicky just rolled over, 300 metres to go, like almost, come on, I'll lead you out. I was like, all right then. You know, I couldn't believe it, really. Yeah, so Paris-Roubaix last year, you know, it was awesome to be on the podium, and yeah, you know, like really excited to be on it as well, but at the same time, kind of knew I made a little error on the velodrome that kind of maybe cost me, you know, second or first. You know, you never know, do you? But yeah, a little bit frustrated with myself as well. But it was nice to get up there at the same time and kind of confirm that I can do it at Roubaix. And, you know, yeah, I felt strong coming into the finish. I did my own attack coming off the last couple section, and yeah, I thought I had a good gap there, and I was like, right. But then, kind of after that distance, the power just started running out, and I was like, crap. Yeah, and everyone else was attacking. It was getting tough, but I think everyone was in the same boat. You know, no one was really could attack, but couldn't really go anywhere. But yeah, and then it was a bit of cat and mouse coming into the final, and then Eddie and myself were a little bit off the back because he was going to chase, and then yeah, Eddie just got in that velodrome and rode a little bit, and then just used a bit of the banking on the track to get back up to them. And I kind of hesitated coming into the last banking rather than just keeping everything I had like on the pedals. And you know, normally when you ride the track, you get a bit of speed off it, but didn't get any. And yeah, I was a little bit frustrated with myself there. I just came off the pedals a little bit, thought, oh, I'll get a quick second's recovery here, and then kind of used the banking to run into that last little bit. And yeah, you know, at the end of a 260k race, it didn't really happen compared to a normal track race, but there we are. Yeah, so that crash on the Tour is the Von 2 stage. It was pretty windy and stressful, you know, in the early parts of the stage, and then quick step gave it some beans out of a town and kind of broke it up, and there was a group of, what, 30 of us probably, so yeah, you sat pretty, you know, this is a good stage, you know, we're in good position for me, it's all sorted, and then going up one of the last climbs for Von 2 and you come down the other side, and I think the wind caught out the TV motorbike and he had a bit of a wobble, and then Gero kind of braked, I'm not quite sure what he did, but the wind then got hold of him, and then yeah, I had nowhere to go and I was off and kind of landed full whack on my back, and with the radio, you know, where they're positioned, it landed right on that as well, and really took the wind out of me. Oh yeah, it really hurt. It took me a while to get back on the bike, and even then I was really struggled to get through the stage, and a lot of the guys in the group were helping me out, and yeah, I was a bit worried about not making the time limit there. You know, went from being at the front of the race to the very back and just hanging into the gruppetto by the skin of my teeth, really. Just made it to the finish. It was pretty painful, and yeah, I was in a bit of pain after it, so to the hospital, a few checks and that, but that all showed all right. But that night I was still in a lot of pain. Yeah, struggling to move and yeah, real stiff. But you know, with the time trial the next day, just a bit worried about getting on that time trial bike and getting to the finish of that. You know, at least in a road stage you can duck and dive and bit in the wheels. So yeah, just make it through that and then on to the next days. And yeah, I think every year's different and significant in itself. You know, there's different challenges and the race is very different styles. So yeah, no, but I mean the first one's always probably the best one that I was part of. Just yeah, riding onto the Champs-Élysées. It was late at night, just getting dark. It was pretty cool.